Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday, which means it's time for another video. And today I want to talk to you about this. I want to talk to you about the Magic Button Project. Now, the Magic Button Project got released, I think, about a week ago now through Penguin Magic. And it's now being wholesaled. It's available for all dealers that actually wholesale Penguin Magic items in. And it's something that I'm very, very passionate about. Now, there's been lots of questions about this on various different forums. There's been lots of questions on the Magic Cafe. There's a big, long thread. And I wanted to try and answer all of the questions in this video. This isn't a review. It's difficult to review my own product. Obviously, I'm going to love my own product. But I wanted to be completely honest and upfront about exactly what you're going to get. So on this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Magic Button Project. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. You're going to see multiple live performances to Katie. Now, Katie works in the admin team in my office. She handles all the admin for my various different companies. We hired Katie about 6 months ago, and she's never seen a single magic trick because she's just in a different department to me. She doesn't, our paths don't cross. But I wanted to try and not do this to Jack, who's seen a ton of magic, not do it to Matt. I wanted to do it to a layperson, or as close to a layperson as you can get. And the reason is, this is designed to work for real people. I'm telling you right now, this is not something that sits in your bottom drawer. This is something that you will use, and this is something that I've been using for a long time. Now, I filmed this with Penguin, I think maybe April, May last year. And I'd been working it for months before actually filming the, probably almost a year before filming the tutorial. So this is something that I've been doing for about 2 years now, coming up on 2 years, I would say. And like I say, on this video, I'm going to go through everything. I'm even going to break down exactly what you get in the deck. So the inspiration behind this and behind the main routine was Simon Aronson's Sideswiped. Now, if you don't know Sideswiped, it's one of the greatest tricks of all time. Go look it up on YouTube. You'll see a performance of it. Simon Aronson, unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but it was amazing. And he was known for a lot of Mendeck stuff. You probably know about the Aronson stack. You know, his books like Bound to Please were very intricate mentalism style routines with stacks. There's a lot more than he did that people don't realize. And Sideswiped, super commercial routine. Not been around for a long time, unfortunately. And but that's where the inspiration for this was. Because with Sideswiped, what you had is you had instructions on how to do a trick, right? And the card ended up with their signed card on the back. And what the inspiration came from is in Simon's routine, apparently that card was down on the table from the very beginning. And I remember sitting down years ago now and thinking, what would it look like if I did that, but without using that premise, to kind of, at least in my opinion, like streamline it a little bit. And then after workshopping several ideas, I came up with the concept of having a magic button. And from there, the project grew and grew and grew and became kind of a behemoth. So it extended beyond just that original premise. Now, I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm not going to show you the trailer. You can see the trailer on Penguin. You can see the trailer on Magic TV. You can see the trailer almost everywhere. But I'm going to show you a performance highlight video that Penguin put together, which I think just is absolutely amazing. And one thing that we've been trying to do, every company I work with, what I've been trying to do is be very honest about what people get when they buy one of my tricks. So you know that I literally exposed the whole of Evoke when Evoke came out. When the Nightshade coin set came out, I literally exposed the whole of the Nightshade coin set and told everybody what they're getting. And I want to do the same with this on this video, but when the product came out and the trailer came out, and the trailer is absolutely amazing, there's a second video on the product page, which is this performance highlight video where there's like 5 or 6 performances of me performing the main routine at various different bars in Columbus, Ohio, because I went to Penguin to film this, and then montaged it all together. So before we start, very, very quickly, I just want to have a look at that video. So have a look at that, and then come back, and I'm going to break down exactly what you get with this and what it does.
How every card trick in the world's done. Okay. It's done with one of these. Have you ever seen one of these before? Magic button right there, okay? The magic happens when you press that magic button. You are in charge of the magic button. So, you're going to pick a card. Touch a card. That one there, you sure? Yes. That's fine. Let's have a look at the card. We got the 4 of diamonds. Do me a favor. Write your name on the face. You're going to take this pen, and what you're going to do is you're going to sign your name. Not on the back of the card, but on the front of the card, that side.
Okay.
Okay? Write your name, big letters. So here's the thing. There's 3 things that you need to learn how to do if you're going to be a magician. The first is to make a card change. The second thing is to make a card jump. Now, a lot of the time that would use sleight of hand, but I'm going to show you how to do it using real magic. Are you ready, Kira? Now watch the 2. I'm going to pop it about 3/4 the way down. Is that fair, Brooke?
Okay, that's
You
fair.
push it in yourself.
Okay.
Nice. Now I'm going to take a card near the top. This could not possibly be your card, could it? Because you put the card really far down, right? That couldn't be your card. If that was your card, would that be a good trick? Turn it over. That would have been, it's not, but I mean, that would have been a good trick. I can't do that. But here's the thing. I can get this card to turn into your card using the magic button.
All right.
On 3, watch the card, press the magic button. 1, 2, 3. See, that's when that card changes into your...
Holy
I know, right? That wasn't too... Woo!
yeah!
You're happy, I'm happy. So, watch. I'm going to shake the Joker like this, and when I do, you're going to press the button anytime you want. Watch the Joker. Anytime you want to, press the button. See, when she presses the button, that exact moment, it turns into her card. It's so weird, I know. Let's do it again. Look, watch. Watch the ace. I'm going to go really slowly. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Watch the ace. Really slowly. There's the ace, yeah? Goes right there. Emily, push it in. Emily, watch this. No moves. All you have to do, Emily, press the button.
That was insane.
He's gone. There's a rule in magic. You should never repeat a trick. I'm going to do this again. Watch the card. Do me a favor. It's going to go halfway down. Now, Brooke, you know what you got to do. Push it in. Watch. No moves. No moves. Are you ready? No moves. All you're going to do on 3 is you're going to press the button. 1, 2, 3. Boom. That's when the card comes straight to the top of the pack. Right? I mean, one last time. Take the card, hold it face down, push it in the pack anywhere you want it yourselves. Now, I've told you, it came to the top, it changed. This time it's going to go to the bottom. All right? If it goes to the bottom, you guys are going to go crazy. You ready? Press the button, man. Hang on. A little bit harder. A little bit harder. It's a common problem. Men can't find the button. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Press really hard. Dude, what was your name?
John.
That's too hard. You know why? It'll break the button. Do you know what happens when you break the button? Turn it over.
I'm scared. Stop it.
Come on!
Good job. Good job.
Lily, you're not going to believe this. Turn over the button. Do you know what happens if you press too hard? Have a look. What?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I know! Here, a souvenir. You get to keep that as a souvenir. You get to keep it for... No, Emily. You're not going to believe this. Look at the other side of the card.
My wife said she's keeping that card. Wasn't it last night?
Yeah. Hey, man, you're back.
Look at it. It's still.
We're going to do one more.
So that was the performance video. The one thing I will tell you is there are tons of live performances on this project. Not every trick has a live performance in the real world. It's impossible to do that when I'm only in Columbus for a few days and I've normally got multiple projects to film. But there are studio performances of every routine as well. So the studio performances of every routine, plus there's a load of live performances out and about, as you can see. And you saw from the reactions, this gets insane reactions. Now, that's what I mean. This is designed to work for real people in the real world. This is not something that's designed to put in your bottom drawer. And on the tutorial, it's a 3-hour tutorial. The first hour, I go through any moves that you might need to do any of the routines. Now, you can skip that hour if you want to. If you're an accomplished card magician, great, just skip past it. But I wanted to very quickly go through the moves. I talk about the Monty move. I talk about various different ways to force a card. I talk about the various different color changes. I talk about card controls. I talk about all of that kind of stuff. And the reason is I didn't want to bog the actual explanation. There's like 15 routines on this project. I didn't want to bog the explanations down by explaining every single individual move. So those moves are taught in the actual first section, and then we go on to the actual tricks. And as I say, there's 15 tricks taught. There's the original main routine that I developed initially for the magic button concept. And then after that, there's a bunch of other stuff. And that's why you receive a deck. So originally, the idea of Magic Button was literally just to have these reveal button cards and be able to do that main routine. But you know what I'm like. I like to give people lots of value. And it turned into like a gaff deck. So you know those old school illusionist gaff decks where you get a whole bunch of gaffed cards that you use with a regular deck? Well, that was what I was kind of shooting for here. But instead of like gaffed cards that you put into a regular deck, yes, you put these into a regular deck, but they're all based around buttons. And there's such an eclectic range of routines that you can do with these. Now, in a second, I'm going to show you the main routine. But first of all, I want to break down exactly what you get in this, because one of the questions that comes up again and again is what you get in the cards when you receive the cards. So I'm literally going to just unbox it and show you. So the first thing that you're going to get is you're going to get a load of reveal cards, because one thing that both myself and Penguin are passionate about is that you get a ton of reveal cards, but you also get everything that you need to perform the routines as well. And we wanted to make sure that even if this was the first trick that you ever purchased, that you were able to have everything that you need. So you don't have to run around and get a double backer, for example. You don't have to run around and get this or get that. Everything is included. Absolutely everything is included in the in the package, which is great. And the difficulty ratings on these tricks, some of them are completely self-working, require no skill at all. There's a version of the main routine which is completely self-working, very, very direct. And then there's other routines that require a little bit of experience, but not too much. It's a Monty move, it's a control. I think the most difficult thing I do is a palm a card at one point, and that's it. So the first thing you get is you get a load of reveal cards. Now, what I mean by reveal cards are cards that have magic buttons on the back, and on the front, they have regular cards. These are your reveal cards. We give you a ton of reveal cards, and the reason that we do is because it's designed so that you can give them out after every performance. Now, you don't need to. You don't have to have it signed, although I do think it's better if it is signed. Or if you do have it signed, you don't have to give them the souvenir. You can put it back into the deck and use it again, and you know, you can have more than one signature on there. You know, there's a joke I always tell, which is, you know, when somebody signs a card and there's already a signature on there, I said, don't worry about it. When I get 7 signatures, I'm forming a self-help group, and it's a Simon Lovell line. So you can just have it signed and then put it back in, you know, ready to do again if you want to. Or you can have them signed on stickers and whatever. I mean, we'll talk about refills in a bit, but I always just have them sign it and just give it away. But these are the refill cards. And also notice that all the ace through to 10, or a lot of them are the ace through to 10. And the reason for that is because, you know, a signature doesn't really show up on a court card very well. So why would you have a court card in there, you know? So these are the reveal cards. Then you get you get 1, 2, 3, 4 magic button cards with backs. They're useful for several of the routines. And then you get a blank back. You get a blank faced card. That's important for a couple of the routines. Now, yes, a lot of magicians are going to have a blank face card around, but again, we wanted to give somebody everything. I hate it when I have to go on a scavenger hunt. Right, first of all, go and get this and get this and get this and get this, and oh, I don't think I can find that. Oh, now I'm going to have to buy a double blank deck just to be able to do this trick. You get everything. So there's a couple of routines that use this, so this is included. There's a routine that you'll see later on that uses a red-blue double backer, so that's included. You then get 1, 2, 3, 4 double back cards, because double back cards are very, very useful in this routine, and almost every routine in one way or another uses a double back card, because you're using the double backer to hide the fact that this actually has a back on it. Then you're going to get you're going to get 4 cards that have got smashed buttons on them, and on the other side they've got normal buttons. That's important for a few different routines, which you'll see later on. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smashed buttons that have blank backs. Again, useful for several different routines. And then finally, you have 5 cards that have got blank backs and have got real buttons. So you've got real buttons with blank backs, smash buttons with blank backs, double faces, double backers, a red-blue double backer, a blank-faced card, a bunch of magic buttons with backs, and then finally your reveal cards. And I think there's something like 37 reveal cards. I'll tell you exactly. So we've got 10, that's the ace through to 10. And then there's another ace through to 10 of the red cards, that's 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 reveal cards, which is pretty good. So there you go, you got all that. That's what you get. Now, you had a look at the performance montage earlier on. Let's have a look at a performance to Katie of the main routine. So this is the routine that the magic button was originally developed for. This is what I'm performing in the trailer. You're going to see in the trailer and in the performance montage that you saw. This is kind of the main magic button routine. So let's have a look at that one right now. Question for you, Katie. You like card tricks?
Yeah.
Would you like me to tell you how every single magic trick works?
Everyone.
Every single one.
Got them.
All works the same thing. A lot of people think it's sleight of hand, right? The hand's quicker than the eye. It's nothing to do with that. It actually works with a magic button.
Okay.
If you've got a magic button, you can do anything. So I'm going to teach you how to do a magic trick, but first of all, this is a magic button. You can see it's a magic button because it actually says on there, magic button. Yeah. You are responsible for the button. I'm going to leave it right there in front of you.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot. You got a big role here, which is super fun. And step 1 is for you to pick a card. They're all there. They're all different. But step 1 is for you to pick a card. Okay. Now it's not the sort of card trick where you pick a card and I find it. So just touch one. Touch any one you want to. Doesn't really matter. Totally up to you. Which one do you want? Right down there. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
It's okay if I see it. The 5 of spades.
Okay.
That's a good card. So I'll put the 5 right there, and what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a pen, move the magic button for a minute. Can you just take this pen and just write your name in big letters on the card? That would be good. Now, there's a reason, and then put a smiley face down there, then we're happy. Now, there's a reason.
Star as well.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Just to mix it.
So there's a reason why I get you to sign the card, and the reason is it makes the card unique.
Yeah.
In other words, even if there's a million 5 of spades in the world, this is the only one with all of that on it, unless you have a habit of signing 5 of spades, and let's be honest, that would be weird.
Yeah.
So there's 3 things that you have to do if you want to be a card magician. The first thing is you have to be able to make a card change. Yep. Second of all, you have to be able to make a card jump to the top of the deck, and the final thing is you have to make the card jump to the bottom of the deck. Okay. You can use sleight of hand, or you can use the magic button. Watch. Yeah, don't press it just yet.
I'm not going to touch it
No,
yet.
not yet. There's a lot of power in that there button.
Don't touch the button.
Okay, so your card, I want you to see it goes really near the bottom. It's kind of like 3/4 of the way down.
Yeah.
Can you just push it in for me? So the first thing I'm going to show you how to make your card change from one to another. I'm going to take one card out and put it right there. Now we know that's not your card because yours went further down. That was nearer the top.
Wider.
If that was your card, would that be good?
I'd be blown away.
Yeah, it's not, but that would be good, right? That's it. But I need this card to show you the first thing. Now, you have to make a card change into something else. Yeah. Your card's somewhere down the bottom, but I'm going to try and make this card turn into your card. All you have to do is press the magic button. Press the button, that's all you have to do. Beep. You wait 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, there it is, you see. It turns right there into your card, Katie.
I don't know how you did that.
Well, it's simple, it's a magic button, didn't I? You're not listening? No, we'll do it again, okay? Look, this time, we're going to make the card come to the top of the pack. So look, make sure I don't cheat. This time it's going to go more into the middle of the pack. You can push it in yourself, push it in. Very good. You square it up. No moves. All you have to do is press the button. Now, where did the card go? It went to the middle, right?
Yeah.
But when you press the button, it brings that card right there up to the top.
Wow.
You look so confused.
Oh yeah, I'm really confused.
Look, hold the card face down, yeah? And just push it into the middle of the deck yourself. Perfect. Is that fair?
Yep.
So we've made it go to, we've made it change, we've made it come to the top. This time we'll make it go to the bottom. Okay. Just press the button. Maybe a bit harder. No, maybe a bit harder. That's. I really smack that thing, Kate. No! I broke the bird! No, that's too hard! No, you know what happens if... No, you're gonna... But you know what happens if... You have. Do you know what happens when you break the button?
My card disappears.
No. Even better. Look at the other side of the button.
How did you do that? It really is magic.
It really is. She's been here for 6 months and now she believes in magic.
Oh, no.
You can have that as a souvenir and put it on your desk, and then if you want to get your work done quicker, you just press the magic button and it'll sort itself out. There you go. Now, I have to tell you, that routine is super commercial. I perform that all of the time. It's like a 2-second reset. If you carry around your refill cards, put some of them in your pocket. To do it again, you just have to throw a refill card back into the deck, although you don't need to. And what I mean by that, where's my magic button gone? Let me get a regular deck for a minute. You don't need to. You can have it from a regular deck. So without giving too much away, although, like, let's be honest, I'm giving everything away here. If you want to do that main routine, you're going to need a double backer, you're going to need a magic button with a back, and you're going to need a reveal card. That's all you're going to need. So, what you can do, and I talk about this on the project with several of the routines, is, and without going too much into it, you can have this, and this. Very good. So you can have that, and that underneath the cellophane with a regular deck. So you can do... You can bring the deck of cards out, and the magic button's here. The cellophane is holding those 3 cards together as one. You can do whatever routine you want to do. And then when you want to go into magic button, you can hold this deck here, and you can say, I've actually got a magic button card underneath the cellophane here. Let me grab it out. And all you're going to do is you're going to take out the 3 cards as one, but they hold together really well because of the cellophane. And then I just put them on top of the deck, and I just put this magic button card down, and the other cards have been loaded in position and you're ready to go. So you can just get into this on the fly whenever you want to. If you don't want to have it set up, if you don't want to use it for an opener, you can get into the fly anytime. You're left with a regular deck. So it's super, really is super commercial in terms of what you can do with it, and in terms of, so like instant reset. It's an instant reset. You just need to get another reveal card and you're good to go. Everything's examinable at the end. One of the routines has a card in the middle of the deck that's not meant to be there, but you can go through the deck and take out the jokers, and then you're left with a regular deck of cards. There's no angle issues to speak of. Some of the routines require a table because you put your magic button card down, but a lot of them don't. You don't need to use a table, and there's versions of the main routine that don't require a table as well. So that's the so that's the main routine. So that's the main routine. And honestly, the reactions that I had somebody accuse me of faking the reactions, and you hired actors in the because they were running away and stuff, and that we don't have time for that. When I go over to Penguin Magic, I've got 4 days, something like that, and I'm normally filming about 7 projects. So I'm just going out all night and I'm just hitting the bars, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just walking up to random people, I'm performing my thing, I'm getting the reactions, and then I'm moving on and performing a different trick to a different group. Nothing is faked. Those reactions are standard with Magic Button. Those reactions are the sort of reactions that you can get every single time you perform it. It's because it's completely impossible. And what I mean by that is they don't expect the ending. Go look at the performances. Look at the performance that I just did to Katie. They don't expect the ending, and I think that's one of the strongest things about Magic Button. And what I mean by that is a lot of the time when you're performing card magic, the finale is telegraphed before you actually show it. So if you're doing a card to wallet for a second, if you're doing a card to wallet, for example, when you take that wallet out, there's a good chance that they're going to know that that card is going to end up in the wallet. They're not going to know how it got there, but they're going to know. If you bring a little box out to do, you know, a little see-through box, they're going to know that that card is going to end up being their card. They don't know how, but they know. With Magic Button, when you put that button down, they just think it's presentationally there for them to press the button. They don't think it's anything to do with the trick, even though it is. You know, they don't. So when you say, and go watch the performances again, hey, you go, hey, the button's broke. Do you know what that means? No one says, yeah, my card's going to be on the other side, because nobody even suspects or detects that. They just go, no idea. What does that mean? And so, which is why it's such a surprise when you turn it over and you see your signed card. It's such an incredible moment. I think it's for that reason, right? Because they just don't expect it. One question that has come up a couple of times on the Magic Cafe is, can the button card be examined at the beginning? And in the main routine that you saw the performance of a second ago, no, it can't be examined, because you don't want them to see what's on the other side. Now, you don't need it to be examined. I've done this trick a million times, and you just throw it on the table and you say, you're in charge of the magic button. However, I knew that there'd be some people that wanted to make a deal of it being examined, and that wasn't a good thing for them. So what you're about to see now is a routine called the disappearance of the Magic Button project. It's very similar, but instead of doing it as a kind of an ambitious card, a card change, and a reveal, the whole concept is you're making the card vanish from the deck. So the card is disappearing from the deck, right? But you hand the button out from the beginning to have it examined and looked at. And it's got a blank back, it's got a button on the other side. And then during the course of the routine, you're doing what you need to do to set up the finale. So it's similar, other than the fact it's a vanish and it doesn't have all the different phases, but everything's examinable at the beginning, everything's examinable at the end, everything's examinable, you know, pretty much all the way through. So let's have a look at this one. This is called Disappearance. Let's have a look at this performance, and then we'll carry on talking about Magic Button. So I've got a Magic Button.
Yep.
Right. Now, before I start, have a look at it, check it out, make sure it's okay. Make sure there's nothing weird about it. Make sure it is what it appears. Yeah, it's got a blank back, and it's a magic button. You are going to be using that magic button in a bit, but it's important that you hold the card box for now, if that's okay. Would that be all right?
Yep.
Thank you. Now, you're going to pick a card. It doesn't matter what the card is. I'm allowed to see it. Okay. So just touch one for me. Just touch one. That one right there, you sure? Yep. Okay. And again, I'm allowed to see it. The two of spades. So can you do me a favour? Can you just sign the two of spades for me? That would be really good. Lovely, Katie. And I'll take the pen back. Are you holding the... you want to make sure that you are. Don't not hold the card box. So I'm going to take your card, and I'm going to cut it into the pack a couple of times, okay? Really important that your card is lost. You know what? I'm actually going to upgrade you from box holder to pack of cards holder. You can do everything. Because I know you're not very good at shuffling, and you don't like shuffling, I'm aware of this. But hold your hand out for me. I want you to try your best. Just you can give them a little bit of a mix-up. I want everybody here to know that you've got them in no particular order, and that I couldn't possibly know where your card is. It's fine. It's embarrassing, but that's okay. Now, here's the thing. You are going to press the magic button, and when you do, your card will vanish from the deck. And then when you press it again, it will reappear. Okay. Now, bearing in mind, you've just shuffled that card into the pack. First of all, press the button. Beep. Perfect. Now turn the cards face up. You remember your card, yeah? You signed it. Yep. Spread through and look for your card.
It's not here. I'll go all the way to the bottom. It's not there. You made it disappear.
I didn't make it disappear.
The button did.
You made it disappear. It was you that was pressing the button. Now you can make it come back. All you got to do is press the button.
No.
Press the button. And it's back. No, not in the deck. That would be too easy. Not in the box. No, it's not in the box. It's not in the deck.
It's not the magic button.
When you looked at it, you even commented that had a blank.
It was blank, yeah.
Have a look.
Hold on.
Check it out. So that's Disappearance, and that's super fun. Now, one thing that I wanted this deck to do... Actually, before I talk about that, let me talk about one more thing. What you just saw are two examples of how the button is placed down on the table before they even sign a card. And for me, I was very passionate about that. I wanted that, but when I was creating all the different ideas and routines with this, I wanted the button, when they sign a card, I wanted that button card to be down on the table from the very, very beginning, so that they didn't suspect or detect that that might have anything to do with their signed card. Because by putting that button card down on the table and then having them sign a card afterwards, the reveal becomes even stronger. And I'm sure, having watched a couple of performances now, you can see where the switch is taking place, right? You know what the switch is. Anybody who's watching this video has got some experience in Magic. The thing is, nobody ever suspects or detects the switch. And the reason is it's done completely on the offbeat, and it's natural motivated. It's motivated and it's natural. So nobody ever realizes there's a switch, which is super awesome. I think it's one of the best applications of that type of Monty switch that I've seen. But there are a couple of routines on the project where the button card is brought out into play after they've signed the card. Now, in order to do that, and there's a couple of different ways of doing that, but in order to do that, one of the ways that I like using is a sleight that was created many, many years ago by Matthew J. Dowden. And it's one of those sleights that almost nobody ever uses. But in the context of the magic button, it is absolutely perfect. Now, I'm going to show you an application of Triumph using the magic button. So this was one of the very first tricks that I came up with when I was playing around with... Initially, I didn't even have magic button cards. I was just making black dots with Sharpie on the back of blank packed cards. And this was one of the first things that I came up with. I was sitting down with Nemeth Phoenix when I developed this in a hotel room in the middle of nowhere. You're going to see a performance of it now to Katie. It's basically a way of doing a magic button with a Triumph. But again, they don't suspect that the button card has got anything to do with this trick. And even though the button card is brought into play after they've signed the card, they still think they're seeing their card because of this amazing Matthew Dowden sleight. So let's have a look at this. This is the Triumph routine from the Magic Button project. Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 6 o'clock. It's time for a Magic Live. Now today I'm going to be doing the Triumph of the Magic Button project. Now, if you don't know what Magic Button project is, I've bought it out through Penguin. It's a collection of gaffed cards. You can do a bunch of routines. This is interesting because this is the only one where the Magic Button is introduced afterwards, but it's done in a really cool way. And it's a great variation of Triumph. Now, that means nothing to you, Katie, but you're about to see something awesome using a deck of cards. Now, you can see that they're all there. You can see that they're all different. But before I do anything, we'll give them a quick shuffle, because I know you don't like shuffling cards. You're not a card shuffler. So I'll give them a mix-up. You'll also need a pen. Okay. So you're going to pick a card. And again, it makes absolutely no difference what you pick. So just say stop. Right there, that's perfect. And if you could take the lid off the pen and then cap it, that'd be good. I want you to just sign this card on the face for me. Nice big letters. Okay, I'm going to add something else so I know it's my card. Okay, do it. Do it. There you go. Nice! Aww. It wasn't for you.
Sorry, it wasn't for you.
No, it wasn't for me either. So, that makes that card unique, right, Katie? Yeah. Now, look, I've explained to you the idea of magic buttons, haven't I? I've got a very special magic button here. And what this is going to do, this is going to help me do something that no other magic button will do. Okay. So can you square your card into the pack for me, first of all? Just make sure it's in there. Yep. And you don't like shuffling. Would you like me to shuffle? Yes, please. Okay. So I'll give them a quick mix like this. In fact, I should tell you that sometimes magicians will do a very special shuffle. I'll even show you what that special shuffle is. A lot of the time, magicians will just cut the cards like this, and they'll shuffle the cards like you just saw me do. Yeah. But you can do a very special shuffle, and it looks like this. You take half the cards face up, and you take half the cards face down, and you shuffle the cards face up into face down. Now, there's a technical term for this. It's called a mess. Yeah. Because now you've got face up and you've got face down cards. So well, now it's difficult to work out anything because you don't know whether the cards are face up, you don't know whether your cards face down. It's all mixed up. Now, there's face up cards, there's face down cards. Forget about what your card is. How long do you reckon it'd take you to sort them so they're all facing the right way? Forever. I'm going to sort them in 1 second, and that's what the button's there for.
No, you can't.
You just got to press the button.
Beep.
I love the sound effect. When you press the button, believe it or not, even though you just saw me shuffle these cards face up into face down, now they're all facing the right way. Every single card is facing the right way. And the reason is, it's the magic button. But we can find your card as well, because if you press it again, one card will turn face up in the middle, and that'll be your card. Beep. Hang on. Press it again. Beep. Really press that thing. Sorry, Katie. One more time. Beep. You know, you pressed it too hard. You know what happens when you press it too hard?
Break it.
Yeah, you've broken it. Makes your card disappear. Makes your card travel invisibly.
No.
Have a look.
Press it again.
Turn it over. Now, as I showed you earlier on, there's lots and lots of gaffs with the Magic Button project as well. So the reason for those gaffs is, as I started playing with this Magic Button concept, I realized that there was so much more that you could actually do. There's so much more you could actually do with the idea of having a magic button. I'm going to give you an example. This has become one of my favorite opening routines when I do walk around. The routine you're about to see, it's a very different application to the magic button. You're going to see a color changing deck in essence, right? But it uses an old packet trick that many people have visited, a little bit like a Danny Archer's like eye test, but done in a very different way. But the whole idea of this packet trick is to set up the color changing deck finale. And it's just a really strong way of using the button cards, because in this example, there's no button card in view. It's not like you bought them out at the beginning. Nobody, you know, you say that I've got magic buttons on the cards, but you're not showing the magic buttons. And then the magic buttons become the kicker at the end of the routine. Let me show you this and you'll see exactly what I mean. This is a super great commercial, like anyone who's done color changing deck will know how strong a color changing deck is. This kind of reminds me a little bit of like Stranger's Gallery, because you've got a packet trick that you're doing initially. You've got something that's happening with a small packet, and then the deck changes. It's kind of got that similar feel to it. And I love the fact that everything's examinable at the end. So let's have a look at this. This is the color changing deck off the Magic Button project. Katie, we're going to try and do something with the deck of cards. Okay. Now, what I did is I bought blue cards and I made sure the mat was nice and red. So they contrast nicely. It doesn't really matter what the color is. What's important? It does. Look at that. Color coordinated. Yeah. I'm going to take out 4 cards. And the reason I'm using... the cards I'm taking out and using are the 4 threes. And the reason is very simple. The 4 threes in this deck of cards are very special. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that the rest of the cards aren't special. They are. Every card is special in one way or another. The 3s are extra special. The 3s are extra special, yeah. And the reason they're extra special is because the 3s can do something that none of the other cards can do. And the reason is the 3s have invisible magic buttons built into them. Okay. And because of those invisible magic buttons, it means that you can do some crazy stuff. Now, the button is right there in the middle. When I press the button, well, let me show you actually before I press it. I want you to see there's the 4 threes, yeah? Mm-hmm. And when I press the button, what's going to happen, just like that, is one of the cards turns face down. And you actually see that the card that turns face down right there is the 3 of clubs. Now, you look a bit confused. Sometimes when I'm trying to work out where it's... Well, a lot of times people think, is it sleight of hand? Did I flip it over? Yeah. I didn't look, no moves. That's the 3 of clubs. I'll get the other one, the 3 of spades. If I press the button again, now the 3 of clubs turns face up, and now the 3 of spades has turned face down. That's the second one. Okay. Let's do it again. You do it. This time we'll go for the 3 of hearts. Just press the button right now. Beep. That's great. Loving the beep. And now 3 of spades is face up, and the 3 of hearts is face down. That leaves the 3 of diamonds. Last one. Press the button one last time. Beep. Lovely. Honestly, the sound effects are amazing. And now we've got the 3 of diamonds. Now all 4 threes have turned face down one at a time, which I think is pretty cool, right? It is. But if you leave the cards for a split second and you wait, the cards reset themselves. And what I mean is now all of the cards have turned face up again. But here's the interesting thing. If I hold the button down for 2 seconds, no more than 2 seconds, something really strange happens. Now, do you remember what the colour of these cards were? They were blue. They were blue, man. The shirt, right? But when I hold the button down for 2 seconds, what happens is the backs of the cards, they actually turn red. Isn't that mad?
Yeah.
But I can go even further. Hold your hand out flat for me. I'm going to take one of those 3s and put the other 3 there. Just put your finger on top of them. Now look, this 3 goes into my pocket. I want you to push down on the button for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You remember that card I put in my pocket? Watch this. Spread them out face up. Because now
I've got 4.
that card's back again, right?
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing. I want you to press each one of the 4 buttons.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lovely. Now the back started blue, but then they changed to red.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what that does is that's kind of like a factory reset thing when you press all 4 buttons. What happens is it actually makes the buttons visible. Not on the fronts, but on the backs.
I've got 4 magic buttons.
That would be magic button number 1, magic button number 2, magic button number 3, and magic button number 4. You can check those out.
But they're all blue and they're all red.
And now they're all magic buttons. That's what we do in this office. We do magic. You just didn't realise it because you're stuck with the admin team. You're not
Stuck with them.
You're not in the
Joint team marketing, we're fun.
You're not in the fun office here where we do card tricks all day. Now, when I was talking about that colour changing deck, I also talked about Stranger's Gallery, which is obviously John Bannon's trick. Now, this is that was completely different in handling and everything to John Bannon's Stranger's Gallery. But Stranger's Gallery was kind of the jumping off point for that particular routine. Now, and everybody who watches this channel for any length of time will know that John Bannon is one of my favourite magicians of all time. I just love his approach to everything that he does. And one of his classic routines that I think a lot of people don't do, unfortunately, is Tattoo You. Now, I realised that you could do a version of Tattoo You using the magic button cards, but it's done again in a very different way. I'm taking the concept of John's idea of a signature jumping from one card onto a duplicate card. The premise behind this, the handling behind this, and even the presentation behind this is completely different. But Tattoo You absolutely was the starting point for this particular routine. So let me show you this. This is the duplication routine. And it's kind of a really interesting premise. It's the whole idea of, hey, this is a button card, and it can take on the identity of any card in the pack. Let me show you what I mean. Pick a card. And then you kind of go into it. So I'm going to perform this to Katie as well. Have a look at this. This is the duplication routine. This is actually up there with one of my favourite routines as well as the main routine. And what's really cool about this is the setup is almost identical to this routine as with the main routine. So I can do this and then I can go into the main routine. There's slight differences, but I can set both of them up within like a second. So let's have a look at this duplication routine and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This moment where the signature's jumping from one card to the other is just really strong. Earlier on, I showed you a trick with the magic button. It was really cool, right? That magic button will do anything. Well, let's try something else. This magic button card will do absolutely anything. Okay. In fact, it can actually duplicate cards. Let me show you what I mean. I've got all of these cards. They're all there. They're all different. I'm going to give them a bit of a shuffle just to make sure that the deck's mixed up. Okay. And there's no particular order to it or anything. Give them a shuffle. And I'm going to show you how magicians can duplicate a card using a magic button. Okay. So first of all, you have to pick a card. So as I just cut packets onto the table, just anytime you want to say stop. Stop. There? Yep. Right here. It makes absolutely no difference which card you pick, but I'm allowed to look at it, the 5 of diamonds. Are you cool with that? Yep. Great. So can you do me a favour? We'll move the button for a minute. Can you just sign your name on that card for me? That would be really good. Yep. I'll put it here for you. That's brilliant. And put today's date, which is the 31st, I think. 31st of the 1st. Can you believe we've gone through a month of the new year already?
Oh.
Is that crazy?
Or is that nuts.
Anyway, we're going to, so that card is kind of unique to you, right? Yep. Now, this little button card, it can actually duplicate any card in the pack, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it actually can.
Can we take it to a casino?
Yeah, that'd be good, right? Well, because you picked a 5 of diamonds, right? Yep. All I have to do is just push the magic button card next to the 5 of diamonds for a second. You press the button. Lovely. And when you, I love the sound effects as well. That's what makes it. When you press the little button, what happens is that magic button, bear in mind, you could have picked any card, you picked the 5 of diamonds. Yep. It changes that card into the 5 of diamonds. See, the magic button card can take on the identity of any card, but here's the thing, there's a problem. The problem is, this button card, it's not the same, because your sign card, this one here, it's got your signature on, so it hasn't actually duplicated the signature, it's just duplicated the card. But we can take this button thing to the next level. Do me a favour.
Can't.
Press the button.
I'm scared.
Press the button. Bip. We got the sound effect. See, I can't duplicate the signature, but what I can do is I can take the signature and pull it onto the button card. Now you've pressed it. Watch where it says Katie. Once, twice, 3 times. And now, I love your face. You can pull it off the card that you signed, and I can pull that signature right there.
Yeah, because that one doesn't even say magic button.
Yeah, that's because I've pulled it onto the magic button card.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
There you go.
Can I be a magician now? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Of course you can.
Don't do it, Kate. Don't do it.
Okay, so, you know, what I wanted to do on this video is just show you some examples of various different things that you can do with the Magic Button project. Because again, I want to be completely upfront and honest with you. I want you guys to know that this is for you. And like I said, this is a super commercial piece of magic for me. I absolutely love it, and I perform it all of the time. But I want to show you another routine now. One of my favorite tricks of all time is Emerson & West's Color Monte. I love Color Monte, and there's various different versions of Color Monte. This is my preferred way of doing Color Monte, because the ending they don't see coming. I mean, with the classic Color Monte, you've got the little diamonds, and you know, you've got this wonderful story about being cheated, but then you've got the finale, and it's great, but that $14 you owe me thing just doesn't kind of fit with me. And what I wanted to do is have a routine where the ending was truly unexpected, and that's what you're going to see here. The ending to this particular trick is truly unexpected. They don't see it coming at all. Afterwards, when I spoke to Katie, her favorite routine was the main routine, but this was her second favorite routine. And it's got a really interesting story to it as well. So if you like Color Monte, or you like any type of Monte routine, this might be something that you want to look at, because you know, it's got an ending that it's just got a really cool ending, and you can put the button cards under the cellophane of the card box and just get into this at any point you want to, which is really cool. So I'm not going to hype it up anymore. Let's have a look at the Monte routine from the Magic Button Project. Cool. I've got a little collection of magic buttons here. I'm going to show you them properly in a bit, but I've got 3 magic buttons. Okay. We'll get back to those in a second. I've also got a pack of cards, and we'll give them a mix up first of all, just so you can see there's nothing special going on. Give them a shuffle, and we'll do that, right? So you're going to pick a card, and we'll need a pen because you're going to sign it. So as I go through the cards, just say stop.
Stop.
Right there?
Yep.
Cool. We'll cut right there. Can you take the pen for me? And I just want you to sign the 2. Are you happy with the 2?
Yeah.
Cool. Big letters, write your name on there.
Yep.
Excellent. And we'll make sure. Blow. There you go. Fun. Join in the fun. We're going to leave that 2 kind of sticking out about halfway down. So you've got to watch that card, but you've also got to watch those magic buttons, okay? Try and watch everything. In fact, let's go one step further. Can you square that card into the pack for me? And do you want to give them a shuffle? Give the cards a shuffle? You can do it if you want to.
I can't shuffle.
And that'll be funny for everybody.
You can't be as bad as me. You can't be as bad as me, Kate.
Really can't. When you finish shuffling, put them in the box.
Take it back.
What is it with us hiring people in this company that can't shuffle?
I work in the admin team.
and then put that there. Great. We're going to get back to that signed card in a bit. But first of all, we're going to use those 3 buttons, yeah? So I'll turn them around so you can see them. So here's the interesting thing. I've got a friend, and his name's Pop Hayden. He lives in America, he lives in LA. And he's the greatest gambling expert of all time. And I want to tell you a little story about what happened with him and me. So I was, have you ever heard of the Magic Castle?
What?
So it's a venue in Los Angeles, and he performs there an awful lot.
Okay.
And he's an expert at gambling cons. You never want to trust Pop Hayden. Not in a million years. I never trust him. And he showed me this little thing, and it fooled the hell out of me. And I'll tell you what happened. He said, I've got 3 magic button cards. And I said, what are they? And he said, well, they're just cards with buttons on the back of them. And I was like, okay. And he said, this one here is blank. There's nothing on the other side. I was like, yeah, I got that. He said, the second one is blank. There's nothing on the other side. I was like, yeah. And he said, the other one has got a broken button on it. I was like, okay.
Oh, no.
He's like, you've got to follow the broken button. He said, if you follow the broken button, you win, and I'll pay for your drinks all night at the Magic Castle. And trust me, the prices at the Magic Castle are not cheap. I was like, okay, I can do that. And then he said, look, I'll take the broken button, I'll put it at the bottom. Where's the broken button? And I said, Pop, you can't fool me. I know it's at the bottom. And he said, no, Craig, no, that's the blank one. And I have the same look on my face as you've got on your face. So I know that Pop is an expert at sleight of hand. So I said, Pop, I know what you did. If it's not on the bottom, it's got to be on the top, right? And he said, no, that's the blank one. And I said, Pop, well, if it's not on the top or the bottom, it's got to be in the middle, right? There's no other option. He said, no, that's the blank one. I was like, well, Pop, this is ridiculous. There's obviously not a broken button. You've sleight of handed it out somehow. And he said, no, the broken button's on the bottom, Craig. I was like, Pop, I know you're good, but you're not this good. Hang on, if it's on the bottom, it can't possibly be on the top. And he said, no, there's a broken button on the top. I was like, if there's one on the top and there's one on the bottom, there can't be one in the middle. And he said, no, there's one in the middle as well.
So
I was like, Pop, you got to have more than 3 cards. Somehow you're holding them together. There's 6 cards there. Yeah. I've seen 3 broken buttons. I've seen 3 blank cards. There's 6 cards. And he went, no, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. He's like, looks like you're not going to be getting any drinks. You're going to have to buy my drinks all night. I was like, Pop, I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm doing that. And he said, look, I tell you what, I'll give you one more chance. And he said, look, I'll turn over this card. I'll show you it's blank. I'll turn over this card and I'll show you it's a broken button. You tell me what that card is, I'll buy your drinks all night long at the Magic Castle in Los Angeles. And I said, Pop, you're good, but there's no way that you're going to get me on this one. I think I know. Now, I'm going to tell you what I said. What do you think that card is?
I think it's a magic button.
You think it's a magic button?
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually said it's half a broken button and half a blank button.
Okay.
I lost. You would have lost. You know why? And to this day, I have no idea how he did this. When he turned over that last card, that was actually my signed card, and that would be your signed card. And that is why Pop Hayden is one of the greatest magicians that's ever walked the world.
Oh, talking about that smashed button, which is really cool. There's one more routine I want to share with you. And anybody, again, that knows me knows that I love Wildcard. I absolutely love Wildcard. And I've got various different versions of Wildcard. You know, I perform Wild Cubes by Ryland all the time. And, you know, I've got my own version of Wildcard. And there's so many different versions. This is probably my favourite version because it doesn't feel like a card trick. It's kind of got this whole, hey, do you ever get annoyed about something? And do you ever feel aggressive about it? And I'm not going to ruin the routine. You're going to see it in a second. But it doesn't feel like one card changing into another and one card changing into another. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like something completely different. And when I perform this is like a permanent routine in my packet trick wallet. And when I perform this, it's a very different style of experience to a typical card trick. Nobody watches this and thinks, oh, that was a good card trick, because it doesn't feel like a card trick. It feels like something completely different. So if you haven't seen it, this is amazing. And I'm going to perform it for you. I'm going to perform it for Katie so you can see it. This is the wild smashed button routine from the Magic Button Project.
Now, Katie is amazing. One of the best things we did was hire Katie. You know, she's awesome. And you have to deal with customers, and sometimes customers can be a little challenging, right? Sometimes customers get a little challenging.
Again, it has been known.
So sometimes you can get a bit annoyed, right? And so I'm going to show you how you can take your aggression out on something else.
Okay.
So I've got these cards here, and they've got blank backs. There's nothing printed on them. They're blank. These are what cards look like before they're printed. But to be honest, it's not about the backs of the cards. It's about the fronts. Now, each one of these has a magic button on it. They're all magic button cards. Mm-hmm. Before we do anything, I want you to pick one. Anytime you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
So was that one or that one?
That one.
That one there? Wow, really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can change your mind if you want to.
No.
You good? Okay, so I want you to think about a time that you've been annoyed. It can be something that happened in the office. It could be being in the same room for more than 2 minutes with Jack. That would do it for me. It could
Jack's
be
a delight.
It could be something that's happened, you know, road rage or whatever. Think about a time that's really annoyed you. Yeah, I want you to just smack that magic button. Turn it over. Look at that! You broke the button. Now, we're going to see if we can take this to its next logical level, okay? So we're going to put some more, we'll turn around this way, so we're going to put some more magic buttons out. We're going to put a magic button there. We're going to put a magic button there. We're going to put a magic button there, one there. You get the idea. I'm all the way through. We're going to alternate them like this, face up and face down. And we're going to try and see if we can take some aggression out, okay? So just like this one. Start with this one. Think about something that annoys you, give it a whack.
I'm going to pretend it's not you.
Well, let's have a look. Look at that. Yeah, try that one. Go on. Just think about something that annoys you and give it a whack.
I'm breaking them up.
You're breaking the buttons. Try that one, Kate. Try that one. Think about Jack.
Aww.
Yes, that's what we want.
Someone likes me at least.
Think about. Try again. Think about Matt. Okay, she's not getting annoyed enough. I know what buttons I need to push. Think about how many times that you have to call Nemid and ask him to accept. Perfect. Think about all the times that Nemid doesn't put his invoice in on time.
Bam, bam, bam. Sorry, Nemid.
Try that one right there. Go for it.
Ooh, what can this one be?
Think about when Matt's made a mistake putting something into the book.
Bop.
And the last one. This has to be something that really, really annoys you. I'll think about it. What you got? You got something. Think about Sarah.
No, Sarah's not.
Oh no, that does it for me. That'll do it for me. Sorry, I had to take over the button smashing.
Oh my God.
Every single one of these things all the way through. Sarah's not going to see this video, right, Jack?
It's public on YouTube.
It's public on YouTube, yeah. She's got more important things to do than watch Magic TV, so she's good. If you're watching this video, please don't message my wife. If you have her number, don't say anything.
I'm telling you, she's my boss.
Yeah, I've got a number. I'm going to send
She
it.
honestly bought me the other day. Okay, I think you've seen enough performances. I think you've seen everything that you need to see to decide whether this project is for you or not. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think the price for this is ridiculous. It's £20 or it's $25. It comes with an entire pack of gaffed cards. It comes with a 3-hour tutorial with a 1-hour sleight section and then 2 hours where I go through 15 different routines. There's live performances. There's everything that you need to be able to perform this stuff immediately. It's super commercial, and I honestly think that this is incredible value. $25 for an entire gaff deck with a 3-hour tutorial, I think is pretty good. Now, you get, as I say, over 30 reveal cards, which is a really good amount. Penguin are selling refill packs, and if you want to buy refill packs, you can. They sell 3 refill packs for $50. So that works out at what, just over $16.50 per refill pack or something like that. And refill packs are exactly the same as what I've just shown you. So you get all the different reveal cards and all of the gaffs as well. And having spoken to Penguin, the reason that we've done it that way is because over time, if you perform this a lot, it's not just the reveal cards that you're using, it's the other cards as well. Like, for example, if you haven't got a card with a back on one side and a button on the other, a lot of the routines aren't going to work because that's the whole concept behind the Switch, having that card. So you need to replace those gaffs as well. So by having refill decks that replace everything, it means that you've got replacements for everything. I believe that Penguin are only selling them in threes at the moment, not individually. But I think like $50 for 3 refill packs, which is going to give you 100 odd performances, 115 performances, something like that, as well as all of the different gaffs and everything. I think that's really good value for money. But again, I'm biased, right? I'm biased. I wanted this video not to be a review. You know, I'm trying not to review my own products because it's ridiculous. People ask me to, but I'm trying not to. I wanted this to be kind of almost like an expose of what the Magic Button project is, what you get with it, and seeing some of the routines perform, no frills to a layperson here, so you can see exactly whether this is the right sort of project for you or not. Now, before I filmed this video, I filmed all of the performances with Katie, and I don't know how many I filmed. I just did a bunch. Sarah said I could have her out of admin for like half an hour. So I just literally, boom, boom. I just filmed a bunch of routines with her. I'm not sure if I've discussed every single one of them through this video. If there's any routines that I haven't discussed, we'll play them now. And if they don't play, it means that I've talked about all of them, and we'll skip to the next section, which is going to be wrapping this whole video up. So there you go, guys. I want to say thank you for joining me right here on Magic TV. I really appreciate it. I am so passionate about the Magic Button project. And you know, Evoke has just come out and everybody's talking about Evoke. And what I don't want to have happen is I don't want to have the Magic Button kind of just forgotten about, which it hasn't done. It's jumped straight to the #1 spot at Penguin. As of filming, it's been knocked off the #1 spot by Evoke, but it's still #2. But I love the Magic Button project. I really do. I think it's absolutely incredible. I think that the price is ridiculous. 25 bucks, 20 quid for a deck of, you know, for the actual deck with all of the gaffed cards and everything. I think it's insane value. And all I can tell you is I've been working with these now for a couple of years, and the reactions that I get from live performances in a real world live situation is off the charts. It's not very difficult to do, but it leaves a lasting impression with your audience. Now, if there's anything else you need to know about the Magic Button project, please ask in the comments down below, and I'll try and answer them when I see those comments come in. If you've got the Magic Button project already, please let me know down below, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, which routine is your favorite? I'd like to know. Please let me know down in the comments. Hopefully I've been open and honest enough that you know exactly what you're going to get here, and you know exactly as to whether it's for you. Honestly, I think if you work commercially, this is something that you're going to find a lot of value in. But thank you once again for joining me. Don't forget, I'm going to be back again with tons of content over the weekend and all next week and all over the place. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig from Magic TV.